Okay, good morning, everybody. It's Mike, and you got me this morning instead of Jay. So, hope that's not bad news for you. Um, Thanks for jumping on with us this morning, and just want to do a little quick round of therapies for us. So, I want to go around the horn, and in just real quick, in less than like 20 seconds, what's the number one problem that you're bumping into so far in your real estate business? Okay, so I want you to think about that for just a minute. What's the number one obstacle that you feel like you encounter? We're just going to go around the horn quickly, and then we'll come right back to this. And I'm going to go in no particular order. I'm going to start with Trevon. Trevon, the number one obstacle you're bumping into in your real estate career is?
Um, these buyers today. So
Say that again for me.
the buyers, they're fun. They're so
Okay. Be a tad bit more specific. What problem are you bumping into with the buyers?
so because of the market, the buyers are very discouraged because of summer market and false news and things like that. They don't really understand or know that it's actually a pretty good time for them to buy right now. Affordability is through the roof. There's less competition this fall than there was this summer. And you try to convey that, and all they have in their head is there are no houses to buy, kind of
Okay,
thing.
good, good. Jolene, let's come to you. What's the number one obstacle you're bumping into in your real estate business right now?
I think for me, it's been more just getting my organization together. And that's why I'm here this morning. I'll be in office. Have you hold me accountable here, Mike? I'll be in office Monday through Thursday from here on out, unless something big is up, because I really need to get my stuff together.
Okay, I've got a better system for you than me holding you accountable. Hey, everybody else on this Zoom session, just jot that down. Jolene just said she was going to be in the office every day, Monday
Yep.
through Thursday going forward. So I think she just gave you permission that when she's not here, to text her and say, girl, where the hell are you? Is that okay?
Sounds perfect, actually.
Okay, so everybody jot her cell number down. Here you go, Jolene, real slow. Give everybody your cell number, and y'all help hold her accountable.
678-438-9741.
Say it one more time.
678-438-9741.
All right. And you got 4 or 5 people here going to be jumping all over you. And I'm going to put it on Facebook today with your cell phone number. If you don't see Jolene in the office, give her a hard time.
That's it.
All right, good. Tracy, how about you? What's the number one obstacle that you're bumping into?
Getting feedback or follow up or return feedback or contact from people I call, the leads that I
Okay,
call.
good. Trying to get them to engage with you and
Yeah,
have a conversation. Okay,
right.
good, good, good. Miss Barber, how about you? Would you introduce yourself to the group so everybody gets to meet you and tell us what the number one thing in your business that's been a problem for you?
My name is Angel Barber, and I'm new here. I'm not a new agent, but I'm new here. I think the number one thing that I've been finding, well, some of my buyers is new construction. You're looking at within a certain price range, and you go to those websites, and it's not in that price range anymore. So it's kind of getting discouraging for them, thinking that they're going to get into the homes that they think they've seen someplace else. And I do the research, and it's not available.
Do you find that sometimes they don't want to accept that? They just think it is available, but you can't find it?
Yeah, I think that is the case with some of them.
Okay, good. Hold on to that because we're going to come right back to you. Chris, we're talking about what obstacle, that's the number one obstacle that's getting in your way these days. What would that be for you?
Well, lately it's been other agents.
Okay.
So I have a few customers I'm talking to that are dealing with multiple agents. I know you and I have spoken about it, so I just continue blasting them with other opportunities to view and call them daily, but still no one's bitten the bait.
Okay, good, good. Hey, you know what I've heard so far is I've heard a lot of really practical obstacles that are getting in our way. These things are, they're all problems, and we need to solve for them as much as we can. Okay. Uh, I want to make an observation before we go on, though, because I do want to address all or at least most of these before we run out of time this morning. You know what the number one obstacle that I didn't hear from anybody was? Does anybody want to guess? Tracy, what do you guess? You, me. So let's just for a second have a little chuckle at our own expense and just see how easy it is to go. All these other people out here are a problem, but not me. Hey, you know, when I was new to the business, I can look back on it now. If we were talking 30 some years ago, I wouldn't have been able to identify it, but I can look back now and I can say, oh, I was the biggest problem of all. Why? I was so hard headed, just so hard headed. I just wanted to do it my way. And my way didn't work that well. And nothing really changed for me until I changed. And then things really started clicking. Who would have thought? I had to change. I had to start treating my business like a business, making it, I don't know, I don't think there is the priority in our lives. And I know people are going to argue with me and they're going to say things like, no, my kids are the priority in my life. And my spouse is the priority, or taking care of my elderly parent is the priority. And I hear all that and I go, I don't think so. I think it's a priority, but I don't think any of us, our lives are so simple that we only have the priority. Like, okay, so I'm just going to, those of you that have minor children at home, Chris, I know you do, right? Trevon, I know you do. Jolene, you do, right? Angel, you do. Okay, Tracy, you do too. Okay, great. So all of you do. Good. Then this will apply to everybody. Your kids aren't the priority in your life. They are a priority, but you have bills to pay. You have a lifestyle to support. You are brothers, sisters, wives, husbands, daughters, sons, your friends. You have a lot of relationships which are important in your life, and you try to honor them. Your children and being a good parent is one of those. To make it be the consuming priority, as if I didn't have any other priorities in my life, is way too simple. That's just not practical. Because I could say my kids are the priority and they come before everything. And I hope my mortgage company will appreciate that. They do not. The electric company doesn't give a damn. The gas company doesn't care. The grocery store doesn't want to hear about it. Right? Right. Okay. So then the people that I say they trump everything, and anytime something comes up with them, I drop everything else for them because they're the most important. That's irresponsible of me as an adult. They are a priority. And as a priority, sometimes they win and sometimes they lose. Sometimes I want to go to the Little League ball games and sometimes I can't. Oh. Ooh, hold on. Whose nerve did I just touch there? Like, well, that's unthinkable. No, if little Johnny has a baseball game, I have to be there for every baseball game. Yeah, but your parents didn't. And somehow you're not a mass murderer. Somehow you're a reasonable adult. Somehow you still have form and nurture relationships in your life. And your parents weren't there for everything you did. And there was actually a good lesson in all of that, was there not? That you, as a child, weren't the center of the universe and everything rotates around you. You learned that lesson, or we used to. We used to learn that lesson. I'm not sure that we do anymore, because our desire sometimes to have the priority, and we make that the number one priority, and then everything else falls into second place. Okay, as long as everything else really, as long as making the mortgage payment on time really is second to little Johnny's baseball game, then okay. But ow, you hear how that sounds? Oh, as long as paying the light bill and buying groceries for our family is second to little Johnny's baseball game. See, it sounds ridiculous. And of course, that's not true, except here's the problem. I mean, there's just the problem as I see it, as I've experienced it myself. It's a little bit like ice cream. If I eat a bowl of ice cream tonight, am I going to wake up tomorrow morning 5 pounds heavier? No, I probably won't weigh anything different at all. I get up tomorrow morning, jump on the scales. Hey, look, I got away with it, didn't I? I ate the bowl of ice cream last night. Nothing happened. I went to little Johnny's baseball game instead of getting my work done, and nothing bad happened. It's the same thing. There's not a direct cause and effect, because if there was, if I ate the bowl of ice cream and I woke up 5 pounds heavier the next morning, I wouldn't eat the ice cream. If there was immediate cause and effect, I wouldn't do it. But when I get away with it, I can eat ice cream. I don't gain weight when I eat ice cream. Watch what's going on in our country right now. We print $5 trillion worth of money and give it away. This is not a commentary of whether we should or not. We just did. Nothing happened. Nothing really bad happened. Our country's still moving along. We haven't suffered any serious day-to-day harm. We got away with it. Okay. Well, then shouldn't we print some more? Look, Trevon, you're shaking your head. Chris, you're shaking your head. You don't think we should print some more? But I would say to you, but we gave away $5 trillion and nothing bad happened. So let's do it again. Well, isn't it like the ice cream? Hey, keep that stuff up. Keep it up. Keep eating a bowl of ice cream every night, and let's see what happens. I think we all know what's going to happen, right? Does it mean that I can't eat ice cream every once in a while? Of course not. It just means, right? The same thing in each of our businesses. Am I saying that your family shouldn't be a priority? Of course, I'm not saying that. That would sound stupid. Is it the priority ahead of everything else? If you can get your mortgage company to agree with that, I guess it is. Okay. And if you do, holler at me, because I want to refinance with them. Okay. Okay. Angel, I want to come back to you. If you would unmute for me. Your obstacle again was?
Builders. So when they advertise for their subdivisions, the new ones, they say what the price is, starting at the low threes. But when you actually, start looking for clients and you go into those websites, the homes are actually 450. Or
they lied to you.
No, I know it, but to tell my clients that and to explain to them that maybe the first 3 might be that price. It's just like buying a car.
That's right.
This is what price they advertise. And when you get there, but if you want the tires or if you want the, that kind of a situation, it's explaining it to them so that they understand.
Trevon, was that close to the obstacle that you were running into with buyers and just the lack of available homes for them?
Yes, it was close. Not only that, in their mind, they're still stuck on what the news media was telling them over the summer about there are no homes, there are no homes, nothing's out there to buy.
Good. Good. So these are myths. Okay. So in your marketing messages, which is like, one of my big things that I really want you guys to do is to make your video message every week and send it to everybody that you have an email address for, everybody on the planet. And you will find that one of the challenges with doing that is content. Like, okay, I'll do it, but what do I talk about? And I say, well, that's a challenge for everybody. But think about threads that you could talk about. And this would be one of them. Myth busting. What's true? What's not true? Right? I bet you got a month's worth of content right there. That's one of them. There's no homes for sale. That's not actually true. There are thousands of homes for sale. I can do a search in FMLS right now on any type of home that you want, and I guarantee you that there's going to be results for it. Anybody disagree? Have you done a search and there were literally, a practical search, if you're looking for $100,000 house in Dunwoody, but a practical search, have you ever come up with 0 results? Yeah, there's always results. There's always homes for sale, even with our inventory being so low. Well, there won't be anything that I can buy. That's not true. What is true? What is true is that the shelf life, the amount of time that homes stay on the market is historically low right now. It used to be, 90 to 100 days in a normal, healthy, imbalanced market, whenever that's going to happen. An imbalanced market, homes, an average marketing time being 80 to 100 days, that's about right. Today, it's 16. So what is true? What is untrue, the myth, is that there's no homes for sale. That's not true. There's homes coming up for sale every day. What is true is they're probably not going to last long. So the sound advice to my home buying customers would be this: let's get you in a position so when the right home for you does come available, you're ready to act on it. That there's no homes and there won't be any choices for you is not true at all. What is true is when the right home does become available, you're going to need to be prepared to act more so than ever before. It's not going to hang around for a week as you think about it. And you ask your mom and dad to travel in from out of town and come look at it with you. The home that Jane and I own right now, we've been there about 3 years. So this was before the market started getting really heated up like it is now. I thought about making an offer on that house for a couple of weeks before I actually made the offer. It was a luxury I had. Homes weren't selling in 16 days. If I was making an offer on that home today, I would have thought about it for about 10 minutes. I would have to be much more decisive. So our role as agents has gone from helping people find the right home to being a trusted advisor for them. They need to understand that without blaming you, without thinking, if I was working with a different agent than Angel, I wonder if she's just not showing me some of the homes that are available. Now, do home buyers think like that? Oh, hell yeah, they do. Mike won't show me homes. He's trying to show me only homes that are more expensive so he can make more money. He only wants to show me homes in North Fulton because that's where he lives. He only wants to do this. I have some hidden agenda, some conspiracy going on. My experience with that I can share with you guys is when people don't understand, they don't say, you know what, I just don't understand what's going on here. That's not what humans do. When humans don't understand something, they start making up the reasons. Mm-hmm. Think about in your personal life. People do that all the time. I don't understand. You can like geopolitical economic systems. Okay. COVID. Here's what I can say. I must say 50 times a week, I don't know. Well, should people be wearing a mask? I don't know. Should everybody be vaccinated? I don't know. I am unwilling to say you should. I'm unwilling to say you shouldn't as a blanket statement because there's too many individual circumstances that are different. Okay, so I don't know. I don't really understand this. I don't understand how a husband can get it and the wife doesn't get it. I don't understand how two people sleep in the same bed, one gets it, one doesn't. I don't understand why some people die and some people get a headache. I don't understand. But what goes on in our world is when we don't understand, we start making up reasons. Whether I have enough information to come up with a good reason or not, I just need to have a reason. So, I don't think people should get the vaccine. Why? Because it's a thought control. Bill Gates he's got little microchips in there and I don't know about that. Have you ever met Bill Gates? No. Joe Biden's evil. I don't know. I never met the man. I don't know if he's evil or not. I don't know if Donald Trump's evil. I don't know any of these people who's making up all this stuff. How do you fight that? Because when you tell your home buyers what you want doesn't exist right now, they may or may not accept that. Depends on the level of credibility you already have with them. Let them see it. Let them see it. Don't let there be any secrets. Get them to sit down with you. Meet them at a Starbucks. Hey, Angel, let's grab a cup of coffee and let's take a look at what's out there. Pull FMLS up on your machine and do the search with them. That's what they really want. That's why they go to Zillow. It's why I never want travel agents to come back because I just rather go to Delta's website and play with all the variables to decide which flight's best for me. I could make some trade-offs. I might fly in the night before. I might fly in the morning of. I don't know. Is one flight a lot cheaper than another? They want to see the choices. They don't want you to make it for them. So sit down with them, let them see the screen and say, let's do a search together. And they're going to go, wow, well, I don't like any of those. Okay, great. What feature would you like to change? Well, I don't want to change anything. Okay, well, then we need to wait for the right home to come up for sale. When it does, here's the place I need you to be. I need you to already have your financing pre-approved so we can act. If we try to put it all together at that time, we won't have time and we're going to get beat out. So here's all the things I want you to do so that when that home does come up. But a lot of times what they'll say is, we could go a little further out. We could go a little higher in price. We don't have to have a finished basement. We could do it ourselves over time. They'll start doing what I think all home buyers have to do, no matter what your budget is. No matter what your budget, you have to make compromises. And buying a home is the art of making compromises. But am I going to make compromises just because Angel told me I have to? Oh, hell no. Angel, love you to death. I ain't making compromises because you said I should. Okay. I'll make compromises because I see it and agree with it. Yeah, we don't like any of these homes. Great. What would you like to do? Would you like to wait? Or would you like to see what changing one of the parameters? And just sit there with them and do that. And say, okay, what if we went a little bit higher in price? What if we went a little bit outside the area? What if we changed one of these must-have features? Does that open up new possibilities to us? The process of doing that with them and allowing them to see it will build trust and credibility in you. Oh, you're not messing with me. That really is all there is. Mm-hmm. And when you run into bait and switch where builders say starting in the low threes and the only home they have is $399.9, you make that point, let them see it. Say, yeah, I don't like it when they bait us like that. Do you? And everybody will say, no, we don't like getting baited like that. Right. Right. That's what I'm here for. And when we're working with home buyers, have the conversation with them. Have it, tell them they don't understand how our jobs work. Then they come up with all these myths in their head, like you can only show me Century 21 listings, or you can only work this part of town, or so tell them, or you can only show me homes that are listed. So I just tell people, hey, can I tell you a little bit about how I work? Watch, I'll role play it with you. Angel, can I tell you a little bit about how I work?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, good. I like when I'm working with somebody that's thinking about buying a home, I like to treat them all as a customer. You know what the difference is? You don't have to pay me. Is that okay?
Sounds good to me.
If I work with you as a customer, then the seller has to pay me. You don't. Do you want to pay me?
Prefer not to.
Okay, good. That's what I thought. And you know, I would never ask you to sign a contract with me. I'm just going to ask for a handshake. Okay. I'm going to do everything I can to help you find and obtain the right home for you. And I'm going to be very loyal to you. And I'm going to spend a lot of time every day. And I only really need to ask you for one thing. I need to ask for your loyalty. So I'm going to give you a little stack of my business cards. And if you're out driving around and you stop, like at an open house or a new home subdivision, that's fine. Just give them my card and tell them that you're working with me, and that'll allow me to help you. If you don't do that, I probably won't be able to help you. So all I really ask back from my customers is for their loyalty. Is that fair?
Fair.
It's fair? Okay. Can we shake on that? Okay, good. Good. Now, as your agent, I can help you with any home. I can help you with homes that are listed by any company. I can help you with homes that aren't listed. Like if it's for sale by owner, or if it was a previous expired listings, I'm going to search for all these homes. Okay. It doesn't matter to me. They don't have to just be listed. Okay. As a matter of fact, if you see a home that you just think is really attractive, if you would point it out to me, I'll stop and knock on their door. I will. I've done it before. Try me. I have no problem knocking on somebody's door and saying, hey, have you ever thought about moving? I can help you. If the house exists on the planet, I can help you with it. Does that make sense? Okay, good. And I'm going to. All I need you to do is just remember that I need your loyalty. Is that okay? In 34 years, I've never needed anything more than that. I've never needed, not once have I ever had anybody sign a buyer brokerage agreement. It's a gimmick and they're not enforceable. So why sign them? Well, it binds people to me. It doesn't bind anybody to you. They're cancelable with an email. Hey, Angel, I'm canceling our buyer brokerage agreement. Boom. I take it back. I had one person in 34 years go against my handshake deal. And he was just a jerk. And he probably would have broke the buyer brokerage agreement too. He was just that kind of guy. But one, most people, if I say, hey, here's the only thing I really need from you, that's more binding than anything I could get them to sign. We gave Mike our word, right? Take your home buyers through the search process with you. Let them see it for themselves. Let them play with it on FMLS. That's what they really want. What they really want is FMLS and learning how to do that. And they just want to sit there and play with it all the time. And they want to change all their features around and just say, well, if we spend $100,000 more, what price is it that we have to spend to get exactly? Jane and I went through this. We kept looking at homes, couldn't find one we liked. And finally, she just said, how much money do we have to spend to get the house we want? I went, well, that's a pretty good question. So we kept raising it and raising it. And finally, we got to it. And she went, oh, those are nice. And I went, we ain't doing that. That's nice. See that price in the upper right corner? No, we're not doing that. She went, all right, that's right. But then we knew, okay, for what we want, all we have to do is spend $1 million more than what we want to spend. And then we can get what we want. Right. But we're not going to do that. But we decided that. Somebody else wasn't saying, no, you can't get what you want. We had, when we said it, it was true. Okay. Before we stop, I just want to come back to you guys and see if you have any things, anything bugging you inside, any questions that you have, any dilemmas, because if you're having it, everybody else is too. Okay. Okay. Love to see all of you here today. Let's go to work. Let's see if we can sell some houses today.